Hello, everyone. The time is 5:04. I'll call the meeting to order. This is the Environmental Services Committee meeting for Thursday, May 2nd. We do have a couple committee members that might be coming in late, so we'll just welcome them as they arrive. Just as a reminder that the meetings will be live streamed and recorded for public viewing on the town's YouTube page, and the link can be found in the agenda. I have nothing for, or I'll remind everyone to declare a pecuniary interest at the time if you have one. We have no delegations at this time, so I'll move to item 4. I have a motion moved by Mayor Atkinson, seconded by Councillor Bob Wolvet, that the minutes be adopted by the Plympton-Wyoming Environmental Services Committee, and that those confidential minutes of the closed session of the committee remain confidential and restricted from public disclosure in accordance with the exemptions provided in the Municipal Freedom of Information and Protection of Privacy Act. And that is the meeting minutes for April 4th. Are there any questions or concerns from the committee?
I have none, Mr. Chair.
No. The only one I had is I do think Jeff and Paul were absent. The only one that I missed.
Thank you.
You have anything from the minutes?
Oh, just that was absent.
Got that one. So there's nothing further. I'll call for the vote. All in favor? That's carried. I'll move on to section 5, business arising from previous meetings. Is there anything from the committee? Seeing nothing. So I'll move on to item 6. I have a motion moved by Councillor Wolvet, seconded by Mayor Atkinson, that the accounts as listed be received by the Plympton-Wyoming Environmental Services Committee. That is the water list as of April 2024 and the sewer list as of April 2024. I will open that up for any questions for staff from the committee. Or Mayor Atkinson.
I have a question. The 4th line down, I see we had a water leak at 4029 Cullen Drive. Is that any relation to any of those leaks that we had out there before? Or is this a new one that was developed, or do we have any history on that one?
Through the chair. Jacobs might be able to comment on this one a little bit further, but I can note that it does seem to be a similar issue though, Muskoka Trail with faulty copper services. So we're reacting to those as they come up.
Through the chair, if I may. We actually have had several in the last little bit out on Cullen Drive. All pinholes in the copper services. And as Mr. De Silva said, it is kind of the same issue that we experienced out on Muskoka Trail. We're also experiencing it on Creekside Drive as well. We have a service out there that we've repaired. Hopefully we can get to that soon, but again, all those homes are kind of in the same, built at the same time. So yes, it's a similar issue.
So probably a good chance that the contractor that did the one probably did some of the other ones too.
It's possible. I don't know that for sure, but.
Okay, if I may add as well, we are investigating ways to bring that cost down because $6,000 is a lot of money for a service. Including, directional drilling and stuff of that nature. So hopefully we can come up with a plan where we can start being a little bit more proactive with these services rather than having to react as the leaks come up. So that's something we are thinking about.
So I presume that, if I may, Mr. Chair, this second question on this, I'm sure it was a call out, but it wasn't like on a weekend or anything like that. It was during the week that we took a look at it.
Sure. Yeah, it was during the week. And I believe that one, we actually found that one, it was on a bleak spot. So.
Okay. No, thank you. That's my question.
Okay, Councillor Wolvet.
Yeah, so just on the same topic, are these leaks occurring on the property owner's land or on our property? Like you said, you did several. Are they out on the road or?
Through the chair, if I may. I believe all of these ones have been on the town side. if it was on the homeowner side, it would be up the responsibility of the homeowner to make that repair. But they have all been on town side.
Okay, that's kind of why I'm asking the question, like, we've got faulty copper. We know it. So it would still be the homeowner's responsibility if it's on their property, even though bad copper was put in. Out on, when we did them other repairs, we foot the bill for that, didn't we? Property owners didn't.
We did on the road allowance.
Oh, just on,
On the road allowance, and a lot of those services, like as houses get built. They would have used different products, PEX pipe or better quality copper. As the houses did get built, I would imagine if it's the same vintage, then they probably have similar issues on the private side.
I guess we just cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah.
So far, so good. Okay, thanks.
I had nothing.
I just had one question, under the sewer. The operation, like the main one for May 2024, there's two of them. One's the 80%, I'm just wondering what that just,
So. Yeah. The $56,000 is a monthly, is basically just divided over 12 months for their operations contract. I imagine it was probably missed the previous month. They probably came in
okay,
like that, got paid. 2 invoices in April, even though. Yeah, they're,
oh,
yeah,
it's just a catch up,
it's just a catch up,
okay,
yeah.
yeah, okay.
And then I think there was the adjustment invoice that came through as well. I don't know if you've seen that yet.
I believe that was several months ago. I believe so.
I just saw it.
Okay.
We just got the amendment signed. So we adjust back to the beginning of January for that.
That's all I had. I will call for the vote, so to receive water and sewer as of April 2024. All in favor? It's carried. Move on to staff reports. Item 7.1. I have a motion by Mayor Atkinson, seconded by Councilor Wolvet. That the report by Paul DeSilva, Director of Public Works, dated April 25th, 2024. Regarding Plympton wastewater treatment plant outfall rehabilitation, geotechnical and bathymetric survey recommendation be received. And that the quote by Englobe in the amount of $78,800 plus HST to perform a geotechnical investigation. And a quote by Monteith and Sutherland in the amount of $8,700 plus HST to perform a bathymetric survey be endorsed by the Environmental Services Committee and forwarded to council for final approval. A lot of fancy words for a guy who's not sleeping right now. I will open that up for any questions or discussion.
I have to abstain on that one because I work for Anglo.
Okay. Mayor,
For the uninformed, could somebody explain what a bathymetric survey is?
Yeah, sure, through the chair. It's exactly like a topographical survey on land, but underwater. Yeah, so they'll survey the profile of the lake bed.
All right,
No questions. Got to be done.
so I'm not gonna read it again if everyone's okay with that. I'll call for a vote. That's scary. Move on to nothing under section 8 for bylaws, so section 9. I have a motion by Councilor Wolvet, seconded by Mayor Atkinson. That the minutes from the laws meeting be received for March 28th, 2024. Are there any questions for staff or the mayor regarding laws?
I chaired that.
Call for vote, all in favor? Carried. I'll move on to section 10, which is correspondence with action required. We have one item, I have a motion moved by Councilor Wolvet, seconded by Mayor Atkinson. That the Environmental Services Committee receive Mr. Braley's letter and town staff continue to work with Mr. Braley to identify any leaks in his private water system. In the agenda, there was the acted letter included with some background information there. Was there any questions from the committee? Counselor Levesque?
So in conclusion, I know with these new meters not going in, I had some problems myself with the billing. So some of my figures, you know, instead of a 53, I was like 2. But, and I brought that to the attention of town hall here, and it was explained to me that there was a digital 0 missing or something. One digit was missing, so it was corrected. So I don't know if there's some of that going on here with the change of the meters or not, but has it been, is this gentleman happy now, or?
No, just to provide an update, because it was addressed to the Environmental Services Committee, I thought it was prudent to bring it here. With the new meters, we can actually pull reports on a daily basis. So we can walk up, pull a report on a daily basis, and I have reviewed Mr. Burley's consumption. And there are days where he's using 3 and 4 cubic meters, which is strange. And it alludes to me that he has a leak somewhere. So sometimes when you go to flush your toilet and that flapper stays open, water will run all day unless you jiggle it and it closes again. So I do believe that a leak is where the problem is at. He does have a new meter. It is accurate. So I just wanted to bring it to the committee's attention that I'll be working with Mr. Burley to try to figure this out. It was not a billing issue in this case. It's consumption.
Anything to have with the new meters? Then?
Very.
Anything on, Counselor?
Well, it's just odd that it's up, it's down, it's up, it's down, and I mean, reading this, I mean, you know, he's just there by himself, him and his dog or cat, but, yeah, it shouldn't be that way. There's something not right.
I guess if it's the flapper, you know, flappers once and then seal and then.
Yeah.
You know, the seal.
Yeah, and just to add, like I'm looking at a lot of days he has a 0 and then the next day he has a 1. So it only turns over a full cubic meter. So normally he's using the amounts that you would expect a single person to use between 0 and half a cubic meter a day. But on some days it's 4 and 3 and it alludes to me that there's a leak in the system somewhere. And I just think that the toilet's more likely suspect. If he's not having any damage anywhere. So I will continue to work with Mr. Braley to try to figure this out. But we're very confident that the bills are accurate and the consumption is accurate.
He doesn't have a water sump pump, does he?
I'm not sure. That's another thing. We can
Oh, that,
possibly as well.
that use a lot of water. But you're working with them, and so that's good. That's all I have to do.
Yeah, I had nothing further. Okay. And we'll call for a vote. All in favor? That's carried. Move on to items 11, which is correspondence, recommended reading and routine approval and information items. You have 2 under there. I have a motion by Councilor Wolvette, second by Mayor Atkinson. That the correspondence related to recommended reading and routine approval information items not otherwise addressed by resolution be noted as received by the Plympton-Wyoming Environmental Services Committee and filed accordingly. That is the 2018 to 2029 Waterworks Financial Plan update, which I believe that's the one that council looked at previous. And then we also have the Jacobs monthly report for March 20. So I will open that up for any questions on either of those items.
The Jacobs monthly report, I just saw for March for the. What was this one for? Plympton sewage treatment plant, that there was E. coli and effluent of 4,400. Quite a bit over the ECA limits of 200. Was that just a one-time thing? I didn't know what that.
Turn that to.
So through the chair, if I may, that we see these spikes once in a while, most of the time during a rainstorm or post rainstorm. Just with the incoming flows. The UV treatment system doesn't adequately treat those excessive numbers. We do collect samples weekly. So sometimes we do get a hit on our E. coli because of the timing. We do a weekly clean on that system. In hopes to maintain levels below our ECA limit is based on a monthly average, a geometric average. So you will see the average for the month was 70, which is still below. But something to note that we've experienced those higher than normal during those storms, so.
Sounds good.
Nothing really, I just, a comment, it was nice that the homeowner at 3964 Delmage had called about that grinder pump operating to basically make us aware of it, so you could take a look at it, so in case, thank goodness we didn't burn out the motor or something like that.
Yes, through the chair, if I may, I've actually been to this property once. In 2.5 years that I've been with the Plympton-Wyoming side. Both times for tree roots. I do have a number at the end of Delmage that are experiencing that tree root growth inside the grinder pit ends. Working to have them cleaned and hopefully properly sealed. But that may only be a short-term solution. I do believe the tree roots will still enter, and it's just going to have to be hopefully caught during our annual inspections, but that the homeowners are aware of it too, so they do give me a call. And I'll shoot out, have a look and plan.
Do we have that issue anywhere else that you're aware of?
There is the odd one that do have tree roots, but mainly Delmage. For whatever reason, the tree roots are, they like that atmosphere, so.
No, that's all I had, Mr. Chair.
Councilor Wood? I just had one question for the water service line that was hit during the fiber optic installation. Was that another situation of inaccurate locates with the system we were using, or was that a user error?
That was a negligence on the contractor's side. It was marked, they were given the as constructed drawings for that. They just happened to miss it. So I made the necessary repairs.
Okay, thank you. I will see nothing else, so I'll call for the vote. All in favor? That's good. On to section 12, which is new business. Is there anything from the committee? Councilor Willett?
I'll just mention it, and I'm not sure of all the details yet, but there's changes being made in we're taking our minutes. So I think the committee should be made aware that I'm not even sure what the final decision is, but that the written minutes are not going, my understanding, not going to be as detailed because we're videotaping everything. So even the girls that are taking it are, having to go back to their offices, watch the whole video, make minutes here. So I don't know, maybe Caitlin can comment on that, but the committee should know, because the next set of minutes you get may not have a lot.
Through the chair, Aaron, the clerk, actually wrote us an email today asking us to let all committees know that there won't be basically detailed minutes. There's certain incidences where there still will be, but in general, they'll have the link to the YouTube and the motions and everything, but there won't be detailed discussions in the minutes anymore going forward.
So
YouTube will be available, I think it's for 6 years, that you can watch the meeting back at any time.
Or
4 years? Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, it'll be there a lot longer now. Yeah.
so the question I had even at the council meeting was, so if you're at a meeting like this and you want to know what was said in detail, I guess you're gonna have to open up on YouTube here at the meeting, go back and scroll through the thing and try to find out what was said, because it won't be in the detailed minutes. Hopefully there's not too much of that, but sometimes there is.
Yeah,
You need to be-
no, I noticed that for last month, because I wasn't here. Oh, it's pretty late, so I guess I'll have to go back and watch the YouTube video.
Good TV.
At least we keep it short.
Anything else, Councilor?
No, that's all.
Gregson?
I have nothing.
Anything from staff?
Nothing for me.
Nothing? You guys are good back there? All right. So next one is moved by Mayor Atkinson, seconded by Councilor Wolvette. That the Plympton-Wyoming Environmental Services Committee regular meeting be adjourned until the next regular meeting to be held June 6th, 2024 at 5 p.m. That is carried. Thank you, everybody, to those here and to those watching.